Hi everybody, it's Joanne from Joanne Ralston Art. How is everybody today? I hope everybody's doing well. I must say I am doing better. And I want to speak about that real quick before we get started. I am in chronic pain, and I also fight depression. I have fought it since I was a kid. I had a hard time when I was a kid. And anyway, most of you know that this year has been really rough on me. A lot of things have been thrown at me. And here in the last 2 months, I've had a couple things that set off my depression. One of them was my chronic pain. It just got extremely bad. I have a high tolerance, but I have a breaking point, and I reached my breaking point. Anyhow, that's why a lot of you have not seen me on chats. You haven't seen my face on videos. And I tend to hibernate when I go into depression. I don't chat. I don't talk to anybody. I don't like to text. I don't like to do my messenger. I have 3 or 4 groups that I do on Messenger, and they can't figure out why I haven't said a thing. So, anyhow, what I wanted to say about that is, if you have a friend that has depression, keep an eye on them. And if you see something setting them off, or their personality or demeanor change, give them a call or go see them and create something positive for them. Help try to pick them up a little bit. Show them that they're not alone and you're there. It means a lot. It really does. And I like that close by me, and I like that in family. So it's rough on me when I do hit my depression. But anyhow, if you see somebody in crisis that you know, just provide something positive for them, something to pick them up. It's basically a disease, and there's a lot of people with this disease, and it's rough. It's really rough. And so I do apologize to those who I have ignored. I have watched videos. I've watched your videos, and I've given you a thumbs up, but I haven't commented. So I am keeping tabs on you. So, but anyway, I am feeling better. I'm coming out of it, and I'm going to PortCon, and I'm getting back in the groove. So, with that being said, let me get on to the painting. I was watching Polychromatic Mess, Nicole, do this painting, and it turned out so cute. I had to do it. I just had to do it. And I've been working on it all day today. I did one, and I used Prussian blue, and I got the paints too thin, and the Prussian blue took over. Well, so I did the second one, and I had the paints too thick. This one, I am hoping and praying I've got just the right amount in it. There's only 3 ingredients in this. The first 2 I will tell you, and you know the third if you watch her. And Fiona even picked up on it, so if you've watched her too, you know what I'm talking about. But you only mix your paints with water. Water only. Now, Nicole said that she did an ounce of paint to 0.2 ounces of water, and that is using a scale. I did that on the second one, and my paints were too thick. So this time I started out with a 0.8 water, and then I probably put 0.05 added to it. I still worry that it might be too thick. It's supposed to be runny, and this is pretty runny. And when you do it, we're going to do a flip cup. And when you do it, you've got to tilt off as much paint as possible. Oh, I'm going to go deep voice for you. But anyhow, let me get you down to the canvas and let's get started. Okay, I got you down to the canvas. I wanted to get you as close as I could for this because I want you to see the magic bloom appear. It's just so pretty. This is an 11 by 14. It has been taped and I put my pins on it. And I take a pencil. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. I put the size with a pencil, 11 by 14, so that if anybody ever asks, what size did you use? And I look at something and can't figure out the size, I don't have to get a tape measure out. I can just look on the back. So, like I said, we're going to do a flip cup. And I'll tell you the colors as I go. They are all Amsterdam except the green. The green is Winsor Newton. And I swear that feels like it's thickened up. I'm going to add a bit of water to this. I think it needs it. You don't want it watery, but you want it runny. Okay. I'm going to start with the yellow. The yellow is Naples yellow from Amsterdam. This is Winsor Newton green light. This is Amsterdam's Persian rose. And this is Amsterdam's Aquamarine violet. And that's either a bubble or a glob of pink that I didn't get mixed. Oh, that's another thing. When you're mixing, add just a little bit of water at a time as you stir in the water. Don't just pour it all. Do a little bit at a time and keep getting it creamy and smooth. Because if you dump it in all at once, you get cottage cheese, more or less. And you have to work and work with your stick, smashing it against the side of the cup to mash up all the clumps of paint. So don't add your water all at once. Do, you know, an eighth or a fourth of the water and stir it up real good till it's nice and creamy and smooth, and then add some more water. All right. Oops. Oh, I hope this was a good color palette. Nicole used red, orange, and yellow in her color palette. And she got some awesome, awesome reactions in her flowers. And there goes all the yellow. And it turned out really, really pretty. And it was just so cool. Oh, and also on the first one that I tried, that I had the Prussian blue that took over, I just got so excited about making the flowers that I did too many. I covered the whole canvas, and then the flowers didn't have room to grow. I was just so excited about the reaction. I was all giddy about it. And I'll show you that one in dry results, I promise. All right, there's our flip cup. Right. Oh, kill. Oh, please be thin enough. Lip it a little bit. All right. Now, she said that we need to tilt as much paint off as possible and not to really, I've got a ton of bubbles. Let's torch before we do any more tilting. And, but you want to get as much off as you can. You want a thin layer on. Oh, I don't have the camera angled good. I worked so hard to get it down close for you so you can see the magic happen. I forgot about the tilt part. Sorry. Let me get it back over here. It'll help it along. Okay, let me get some of the canvas. Oh, I got a lot of canvas on the sides that didn't get covered. Now let's see if we can get some more. Paint a-going. Moving it all. Let me tilt it this way, I can see better. Oh, it's still moving some. Just slowly. Back the kind of have to forget about your design. And you got to go for getting the paint off. Let's go that way again. I hope I haven't had too much out of camera range. I don't think it's moving. Oh, it is a little bit. It's moving so slow you can't tell. I think we got quite a bit of it off. I think we're good. Alright, we're gonna get ready for the magic. Let me clean the bottom real good, and then I can take my gloves off to do the rest of it. We're going to use that third ingredient and watch some flowers bloom. I like that purple and green. All right, you're supposed to use an eyedropper. I don't have one. I noticed Fiona used a pipet, but I wanted one that I could be really careful with. So I emptied out an expired eyedropper, eye solution, and washed the bottle and put it in this. And what we're going to use, not silicone, but we're going to use WD-40. And what WD-40 stands for, I didn't know this, is water displacement attempt number 40. So that's how they came up with that name. And what WD is made with water, and it is the reason why we used water in the paints instead of GAC and Liquitex and all that other stuff. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to do one drop, and it's supposed to grow on the painting. The water is going to displace. Does that sound right? But anyway, you want to be not too high to where it splatters, but high enough that you get a decent drop, because it creates a really cool center. Now watch that grow. Is that not awesome? And it will get bigger than that. So don't get carried away like I did on the other painting, and I had a whole field of flowers crowded together. So they didn't have room to get big. I forgot to check for bubbles. Let me go around these flowers real quick. Ooh, look at the petals on that one. I got the right water amount in this one. I'm sad though my yellow didn't come out more. I think next time I'm going to use a fluorescent yellow. I think that would really, because like she used red, orange, and yellow, and her yellow did like a halo around her flowers, and it was so cool. I don't want to drop my drops too quick because I want them to have room to grow, so I want to see where they are, because like I said last time, I went silly on it. Oh, that's going to be a cool one. I just think it is so neat. And if you don't watch her, start watching her. She experiments a lot. Now that one I was kind of low. Now see this one right here beside this one? That's a splatter. And that is why that one is so small. And I like how it picked up the purple. I wish I could make some itty bitty ones in between. But see how big they're getting? Look at that one. I wonder if I could just shake a drop. I see a spot here. A bubble popped and it was just the canvas. There we go. Just make some little ones. Aren't they cool? I still got to find a good color combination. Something that really makes this explode in color. I wish you could use piggies, but you can't mix piggies in water. Wonder if I could get, there we go, a little one over there. And a little one here. I could just sit and watch these things grow all day, but I know can't do that. It's taking up time. Just one little one right there. There we go. And we're done. Well, you guys, stay tuned for dry results. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, Here we are for dry results. As you can tell, where I flicked the little flowers in there, I should have left them alone. Some of them got crowded. This is the one that's splattered by itself, and it's perfect. That faint pink, I should have used a darker pink because it makes it look a little on the muddy side, and I don't like that. So I've got to find a better color palette. I've got to work on that, because I think with the right color palette, this could be really pretty. And I'm wondering too, if you did a bigger drop of WD-40, if you could get an even bigger flower. So I'm going to do some more experimenting. But anyway, look how cool just mixing your paint with water and putting a drop of WD-40 makes the coolest flower. Now, I've got the other two that I experimented on, and I want to show them to you, so hang on. Okay, here's the first one. Now, I did get some reactions. I didn't get a pretty reaction, and the Persian blue took over. So don't use Persian blue on this technique. Any color that is a takeover color will not work well in this type of technique. And if you go up close, it's kind of a cool reaction, but it doesn't create a pretty flower. And I didn't go up close on the good dry result. I'll have to go up close on it. But I love how this yellow displaced like that. But anyhow, I may look at those colors again, but try a different blue and not get my paints so thin, because this is the one, I had it really watery thin. And see that ringlet in there? That's my drop. So it kind of, and in Nicole's, in Polychromatic Mess, hers had different colors in her ringlet drop. So please go check her out. But anyhow, this is what happens when you put too much water. Now let me show you what happens when you don't put enough water. Hang on. Okay. This is where I tried the orange, red, and yellow like hers. And I used all Master's Touch. And I did not put enough water. And as you can see, my paints really mixed together. They didn't create any kind of a cool design. And then my drops, look at that. I did not get, there's a little itty bitty one right there. I did not get much reaction at all. Looks like a teeny flower in the center outlined. So this is what happens when you have not enough water. You don't get anything. Okay? That one's kind of cool though. because it's in that yellow. All right, let me bring you back to the original one. We're back to the original one. Now let me come in up close. Look how, I mean, it just looks like someone painted a pretty flower. And see I got a green ring and a blue ring and a white ring. Here's a purple one. And that comes from dropping it up high. This one didn't get the center, and this is a splatter beside it. Now check out that one. But see that pink, that it's just not, it's not an attractive pink. It makes it look muddy. And I don't like that. So we're going to try playing with some colors and get some brighter, because I'm not done with this yet. I gotta create one that is very, very pretty. And then I'll quit. Now that's a pretty one. And it's just a half one. That one's kind of unique. But anyway, there is my first successful at using the big secret ingredient of WD-40. Water displacement attempt number 40. Well, thanks everybody. Sorry the video's so long, but I just didn't want to leave any details out for you in case you wanted to try it. And thank you for listening to me at the beginning. Everybody take care. Love ya. Bye-bye.